you have started to work on your vision board. Today's Insta Live is dedicated to me answering questions around manifestation and vision board. So all your questions, if you can keep it around manifestation and vision board, that will be nice, yeah? Okay, let's look at who all are here. Super good morning to Aditi, Rishita, Amanpreet, Purvi, Pooja, Gurvant Kaur, Rutela, Anjali Siddhant, Dolap with Divya, Reset with Rakhi, Bhargavi Arjun, Syed Ziana, Diet by Manu Kapoor, Allure Crown, Shubhi, Purvi, Selvi, Kaveri. Superb to see all of you here. I wonder how can someone be so positive and energetic. I was actually just speaking to my dad for the last 1 hour, and every time I speak to him, I become super bright and happy. So it's actually dad energy that has come into me. So literally I switched off the phone at 9:59 and got on here. So the same energies just continued. Maybe that's why. Thank you for yes's vision board session. Thank you for coming. I had such a lovely time. You know, I didn't realize how much I love helping people manifest and create the life of their dreams. This used to be my topic for 8 years, from 2010 to 2000 and almost 19, I think, till COVID hit. So almost 2020. So a decade of me teaching this. And then after that, I've not been teaching it so much. I've been doing other topics, but 2023, I'm going to be taking these kind of sessions every month. So get ready. I have some fabulous planning because I love doing this. I'm going to just do it on the side. So Insta family, you're the one who's going to receive everything that I'm not doing in my main funnel. So you be ready that you come for sessions like this, because you're going to be the receivers of all that I want to teach, but I don't have a platform to teach. Okay, done? Love it, love it, love it. Okay, Shraddha's first question. Should we remove the pictures of the things achieved from the old vision board and put new ones with the not received ones? Shraddha, I'd like you to create a brand new vision board. Don't remove those pictures. Take out fresh pictures of the same thing, but a different picture, and put it to your new vision board. So let's say you had, I don't know, let's say you had a house on it. I want you to put another similar house, but a house. So like that, you can look at, don't tear out your pictures, and I'll tell you why. I want you to start to collect your vision boards, and over the years, 5 years from now, 7 years from now, when you will look back at all your achievements, it's a mind-blowing feeling. I have all of my vision boards from 2010. Okay, and I was just looking at one yesterday. It's a book, and it was so amazing to see. I have Twinkle Khanna and Victoria Beckham's picture, because they both are wearing belts on top of their skirt, and I may be having a slight little tummy, and I've been wanting to wear a belt, and lately I've been wearing a belt over my clothes. So you know what, it's just so nice to see that a vision that I had for myself in 2010 is yet coming true for me now also. Or the watch that I have on my vision board from 2013 was something I was wearing yesterday evening. So like that is just so much fun to see. And sometimes, you know, what also happens is, maybe that year that vision didn't come true, but 3 years from now all of it would have come true. So, you know, you don't have to keep it specific to, okay, that year it didn't come true, but guess what? Over the years, all of it will come true. So imagine the kind of, so I don't want you to tear out anything from anywhere. I want you to put fresh pictures, whether the same or different. Makes sense? Yes? Superb. You know, when I ask in, on my computer, makes sense, everyone puts MS. Here, because I'm stuck with these things, I'm not able, when I ask make sense, you only have to just go, yeah. You can't respond to me. Himangi Birari, how to give hope to others. My mom got diagnosed with diabetes and she has lost all hope in life. How do I help her? How do I give her hope? While this question is not exactly related to vision board, but now that I have read it, I am going to, but after this I will not be giving answer to anybody. I think whenever you want to bring back hope in someone's life, you want to sit down and ask them what is important and what matters to them. So if you want to bring life back into people, you need to first let them connect with their dreams and desires again. sometimes in life we just get so disappointed that we reach a place where we start to almost feel like all that I want is not going to happen, and now that it's not going to happen, why even hope? And that can reduce a person tremendously. So look at what are the things, if you can sit down with your mom and make her create a list of, if God could come down, literally how we did in the vision board yesterday, and ask you for, let's say, 5 wishes. Mom, what would you like? Okay, and look at what all, like one of my friends just lost her father, and her mom is someone really beautiful, and she was there are a lot of things that she wants to do now, and to see that list of things in her life, I'm just so enamored or inspired by that lady, that how much she wants to do. She wants to visit her cousin sister somewhere, she wants to do that somewhere, something somewhere. I'm just so happy to see the kind of amazingness from that lady. So I want you to sit down with your mom and see what are those things that she wanted to do that today she feels are impossible to do. And if you can start to bring those back in her life, hope will start to come back. Our hope is directly connected to our dreams and desires, and it's only when we give up on our dreams and desires do we actually lose hope. So if you can bring that back into her life, maybe she had aspired to travel, maybe she had aspired for having a career, maybe she had aspired for loving her grandchildren, maybe she had aspired for a better relationship with someone, maybe she had aspired for, look at what are those aspirations and start to slowly but steadily bring back into her life that, you know what, don't give up hope, it still may be possible. I've seen the most ruinous relationships become fine, you know, once we start to work towards them. It may take some time, but they happen. So look at where in her life is she carrying pain, and if we can remove that pain by putting and injecting back into her life what it is that she dreams and desires, I have a feeling that you can give this a shot and see if it works. Yeah. Anjali is asking, can we write a sentence on a vision board? Yes, you absolutely can. Rather, I highly recommend it. We call these affirmations normally that you put on a vision board. So yes, if you want to give any picture some clarity, you can put. I will put things like, you know, be brave, be bold, so that they inspire me. Or if I have like a holiday planned with family, I'll put, you know, 4 of us laughing together. So I'll put sentences of the kind of energy I want that picture to emit to me. So it gives me a reference point into entry. Rather, I didn't speak about this yesterday, but one of the things I learned from one of my teachers, which was really interesting, was in every relationship, look for what is the most important quality you want from the other, and then change the name of this person into dash name in your phone. Let me explain to you. So let's say I want Puneet to be more romantic, okay? And I tend to often complain about you're not being romantic enough, you're not being romantic enough. So what do I want? I want romance. So if I change Puneet's name in my phone as super romantic Puneet, and every single time he calls me, guess what's getting infiltrated into me and into him? The whole idea that he's super romantic. Then instead of complaining, you know, I can land up all the time going, oh, thank you for calling, so sweet of you, you're so romantic. Guess what I'm doing to the energy? I remember Brian Tracy had spoken about this, about his son. His son was actually scared of the dark, and they kept his name Dave the Brave. Everywhere they would call him Dave the Brave. In the phone he had saved his number as Dave the Brave, everything, because he was scared of the dark. And they started to say, whenever the lights had to be switched off, they say, Dave the Brave will go switch it off. And within a month, once they were discussing in the car while he was at the back sleeping, how brave Dave has become. So his friend asked him one day in front of his parents something about like, what is your best quality? He said, I don't know, but I'm definitely very brave, because so they injected that quality into him. What do we land up doing when we think of someone as, let's say, irritating? Let's say one of your massies is irritating, okay? And you keep on addressing her as irritating. Guess which is the quality you're always going to receive from her? Irritation. Replace that irritation with, let's say, compassion. You put compassion Masi, and you start to express compassion to her. You'll start to receive compassion. You'll change the entire energy of that relationship. So I think it's a very useful technique for the kind of relationships you want to change. Let's say one of your child is not being responsible, and you've been, continuously telling them, clean your room, study, you don't do this, you don't do that. Change it to responsible Rahul. And that responsible Rahul, every time you speak to him, make sure you call him responsible. Find things that can make him responsible. Yeah? And then you just start to go, he's so responsible. In this he showed responsibility. In this he showed. You'll suddenly see a full change in the personality because of the intention that you set. Yeah? So see if you can try these things. I really love it. Yes, I wanted to tell you that when you work on your relationships, look at words that you want to associate with that relationship if you want to improve that relationship. Okay, I'm going to go up a little bit. I don't know where I was. So I've left the question somewhere back. Oh, lovely Bhargavi. How nice. Bharti Muttuswami's question is not around vision board. Jyoti is, ma'am, yesterday you said make a list of toxic people. What to do after that you didn't mention in the related vision board. Reduce or remove. Now let me tell you, we become the average of the 5 people we spend time with. So you want to reduce your interaction. Now let me tell you, at this point what's happening is you are growing like a plant. When a plant is growing, have you seen often we put one stick so that the plant grows, and then after a while we can remove the stick and the plant is strong enough to be able to handle the environment? For some time, I want you to reduce or remove your toxic people because you're at a stage in your life where you yourself need all of your strength for yourself. And once you are done with that strengthening, I want you to start to, then you can remove the stick. Then even if these people are around you, you're strong enough to manage them. But for a period of time, I need you to reduce and remove. Now, how do you reduce and remove? When I say remove, these are people who are not a part of your family, so they can be removed. For example, our association with our friends can be reduced or removed because we don't have to continuously keep meeting them. But when it comes to family, sometimes they live in our own houses, so we can't do much. Now, if you are having a feeling of, that, I want you to know this, that one of the things you can start to do is energetically start to block people out. You can just tap your eyes and create a water fountain around yourself. When you are around these people, keep your water fountain up. Just blink your eyes again, the water fountain down. Blink again, water fountain up. Blink again, water fountain down. If you can use your imagination to bring up and down the water fountains are a great way to block negative energy. So even if you are sitting around them, their energy will not penetrate. Energy is very contagious, which is why there are people we hang out with where we feel expired, and there are people we hang out with where we feel inspired. So if you can start to just protect yourself, come into the room, always remember to remove the water fountain because you don't want to not have access to love. When we don't have access to toxicity, we also don't have access to good vibration. So if you want access to good vibration, remember to remove the water fountain and put it back on whenever you are going to be around someone whose chemistry doesn't match with you. It's not that they are bad or you are bad, it's that together you don't tend to come together so beautifully, which is okay. It happens to all of us. Each one cannot vibe with everyone. Every vibe has its own tribe, correct? So that way, if you can just start to reduce and remove for some time. Why do I say for some time? Because there will come a time where these people will casually be in your environment and have no effect. How many of you can look back at your life and know that somebody used to have a massive effect on you? Today their energy has no impact on you. Why? Because you evolved so much, you're so many steps higher that they can't even touch you. So just know that you outgrow toxic people where their energy no longer can touch you, and when that happens, even if they are in your environment, they can't harm you. So I want you to become extremely mindful. So if you've made that list today, start to look at how are you going to reduce or remove. To reduce and remove those, first make a list of people that inspire you and see how are you going to add them into your life. Who are the people you'd like to have breakfast with? Who are the people you'd like to watch on YouTube? Who are the people? So when we fill up the vacuum, we can never have vacuum in our life. So we always either have these people or that people. People have to be a part of our life. So increase your interaction with the people you love. I have a couple of friends who inspire me so much. With one I like to go for breakfast, with one I love to go for dinner, with one I love to go for holidays. I know when I'm around them, I'm a better human being and I learn so much from them. Those are the kind of people you want to start to hang out with. In 2011, very consciously, I started to choose the people I wanted in my life. And today, if you actually look at the people in my life, literally each person is handpicked because they are so amazing. Vision board. Amita is asking, is it better to have a self? Oh, Amita, firstly, that's such a smart thing to do. Put vision board there so that I know it's a vision board question. That's very smart of you. It is better to have self or family pictures, or can download from Google also. I feel a combination is nice. So if you are putting pictures of family, you can put actually photos instead of pictures. And those that, you know, let's say of travel and all, you can put off from Google. If you don't want to put photos, personal photos, and you'd like to use Google, you can, but I feel where you can put photos, why put pictures? Photos are definitely higher in vibration than pictures. So wherever you can, I think a good combination would make a lovely vision board. Yeah. Like for example, if you're not married and you're looking and aspiring to have a guy, then a picture will be fine. But if you have a fiance, then better to put his picture than some other man's picture and thinking about that, right? Is digital vision as effective as physical one? Kaushalya, yes. Let me explain this, what I mean when I say this, okay? The whole concept of the vision board is what it does to your belief system, okay? So, is Hinduism better than Christianity? Is Christianity better than, Buddhism? Is Buddhism better than Jainism? No. For each person, whatever works for them is what they should choose. For some people, this path works. For some people, this path works. Right now in religion, we don't really have a choice. We're normally born into it for most of us. But I want you to know that a lot of now what is happening with religion is people are starting to make choices of which portion of their religion works for them and which portion doesn't. And so what I mean by explaining this is that I want you to start to go, it's the energy of the board and not the board itself that is effective. Once you understand that, then there is no wrong way of making the board. There is only a wrong way of receiving or using the board, correct? So once you understand that, then all I need you to do is, every day are you able to connect with it? Is your belief growing? Are you not feeling attached to the photos, but rather you're feeling inspired by the photos? Those are important questions to ask yourself. Where it sits, whether in a book or on a board or digital or hidden or visible, all of that is like कि अगरबत्ती जलाऊं, कि कैंडल जलाऊं, कि लैंप जलाऊं, कि घी वाला लैंप जलाऊं. Okay, so I like to remove, I think one of the biggest mistakes we've made is we have taught people rituals and routines without explaining the science behind it. So then after a while what tends to happen is science is forgotten, ritual is remembered. Then we wonder कि अगरबत्ती जलाने से really क्या life बदल जाएगी? It's not agarbatti jalane se. There was an energy behind it. When you surrender, you remove your chappals, you bow down, you reduce your ego. By lighting the lamp, there's a certain energy. You are focused and concentrated on invoking something. All of that is as important as the lighting of the lamp, and understanding the science helps us get into that state faster. So understand the science of vision board so that you are able to get into that state of knowing, okay, is this working for me? For me, everything hand done works better than digital because I'm not a very digital person. So for me, in my live meets, I love meeting and hugging people. I love handwriting notes. I write my gratitude by hand. I do my vision board. I spend 4 or 5 hours creating my vision board, sticking stickers and sparkles and all of that, because for me, the more connected, the more beautiful, the more aesthetic my vision board looks, the more attracted I am to it, because that's who I am. Somebody else could be completely digital. Like Puneet just puts 6 pictures on it, takes it out, puts it behind his door in his dresser, and that's his vision board, and he feels as connected as I feel after doing 4 hours of work. Can you see there's no right or wrong? It is only who you are and what works for you. Sharanya is asking, how can we create a vision board in digital? Will it have the same impact? Of course, for all of you who are asking that same question, it's answered. But I also wanted to tell you that there is a lot of digital platforms that help you make vision board. Rather, the other day, someone actually wrote me a beautiful mail Let me see if I can share his or her name in my story. They've created some app around vision board. I didn't read the mail properly because the time was so short, but if I'm able to, I'll put that email or I'll put his contact in my story today and you can get in touch with them. I don't know anything about them, so I didn't want to promote them, but I remember they had written something, so I will try to find it. Also, if you just Google vision board apps, there are so many. Pinterest so just carries like every kind of vision board that you can imagine. So see if you can do a little bit of research on the kind of vision board you'd like to create. Devika Vinz is asking, can you also emphasize on the role of effort and action along with law of attraction? You know, I feel like the biggest myth of law of attraction is that it's supposed to be effortless. It's to me the biggest myth, and I'll tell you why I feel like that. The job of law of attraction was to open up opportunities that we then take, put action and get what we deserve. Okay, let me explain this. If I don't know what I want, if I don't have clarity, even if the opportunity came in front of me, I wouldn't know it. Let's talk about buying a car. If I want a car and I don't know which car I want, even if it came in front of me, I would not know that this is the one or if this is a good deal. But let's say I want an Innova. Okay, and I know this, that I want an Innova. One of the things our mind does, which is called the reticular activating system, it filters out all the unnecessary information, and the information that we give our attention to, it starts to let it cross through the filter. And so I will start to see Innovas everywhere. Suddenly I'll open the newspaper, there will be a beautiful deal around Innova, and I'll say literally, ye deal to mere liye banai hai. Why will that happen? Because you were already aware of your ask. Okay, so it helps us in, actually it just becomes an enabler for us to be able to see what we want. What is the difference between a life designed or a life lived in destiny? The only difference is that destiny will keep taking you wherever it is going. So you're going to flow with the river. I'm just saying, on the river, put off your boat. Now, instead of just going with the flow of the river, you can also maneuver that suddenly on the banks you see a golgappe wala, you can stop, have the golgappa and then move forward. So why not in your destiny have the best version of it? So it just gets enhanced a lot more when you start to design your destiny. Okay, and that's what I'm asking you to do. So when you start to operate from a place of law of attraction, ask, believe, receive. I would say ask, believe, take action, receive. This taking action portion is such an important point. And you know, there are two kinds of action. One is automatic action, which is if you want to lose weight, what's the automatic thing you should do? Exercise, eat less, leave your junk. That's normal. There's one other concept called inspired action. While you sleep now, because you've put in your mind you want to lose weight, you'll suddenly have whispers. Whispers, for example, you may have a whisper that I feel like eating Chinese today. You go to that Chinese restaurant and you meet a friend of yours who used to be with you in college, and as on today she's turned into a Zumba instructor. Suddenly she invites you for her Zumba class, and from next day the most fantastic thing that's happened to you in your life is Zumba, and in 6 months you're half your size because of that. You could have never made those connections if you did not have a clear ask to the universe. Now, do you have to go for Zumba to lose weight? Of course. So, the myth that law of attraction's job is to make everything effortless, not true. Will some things become effortless? Absolutely. I've had things where literally I've thought of it in the morning and by the evening I have received them in my house thanks to someone, and I'm just like amazed. Did they hear me? Could they read my thoughts? How did this happen? All of that. So there are miracles that happen, but to really create a life by design takes a lot of hard work. If anyone here thinks I don't work hard, let me tell you, the one thing you can associate with the name Puja Puneet is extreme hard work. And the reason I like to announce it, pronounce it, show off about it is because I don't want anyone to think otherwise, that you know what, oh, this is all luck or this is all. Yes, there's of course a combination of the universe designing and helping me, but it's definitely a lot of hard work. So for all of you here who are channelizing the law of attraction, treat law of attraction as a guide. Something that's guiding you, that they can see the bigger picture, and the whispers and intuition, your gut feeling and all starts to guide you in the right direction. So instead of hitting 15 boulders before reaching your destination, it will make it easy and effortless to the extent that you will not have unnecessary problems and detours, but the basic challenges that are required to climb the mountain will be there. So maybe some things will get removed that could have made it even harder. Maybe that won't happen, because when you operate from alignment, when you operate from flow, there's a certain amount of luck that does come into your life. But having said that, tests also come into your life, because when you aspire for big things, God needs to know really how badly do you want it. And all the time, God is not only just giving things to us, He first needs to prepare us to be ready. He has to increase the size of our vessel when our ask is big, and any growth causes growth pains. So there's a certain amount of pain we all have to go through to be able to receive whatever it is that needs to come into our life. A lot of people do not think like this. For them, law of attraction is supposed to be easy and effortless. I am not a believer of easy and effortless. I think there is a combination of your effort plus luck that creates law of attraction. Richa by SR is asking what to do with the old gratitude journals. If you can create a carton and start to store them into some loft, that's a great thing to do. You may want your legacy to be passed on to your children and grandchildren just through these books. They can actually track your entire life, the best parts of your life through these books. So that's one thing you can do. If you ask me, I'm a very clutter-free person. Everything goes into the dustbin at the end of the year. I'm not someone who's very attached to all of it. So I haven't kept, apart from my vision boards, I haven't kept my gratitude books, I haven't kept my diaries, I haven't kept my journals. I get rid of everything. Beautiful year, now I move on to the next. Beautiful year, move on to the next. I hope someday, if I ever have to write my life's story and all of that, I will regret this. But I'm so clutter free that, thodi der baad I just need to clean up. Is there any way to access the vision board recording? Once a year, I now have decided I'm going to do it every December. So next year, please don't miss it. I don't have any way to create access to that recording. If I ever decide to put it on YouTube, Instagram will be the first one to hear it. So I'll definitely let you know. Motivational artworks. Yes, I wanted a solitaire in 2012 and I finally have it in 2022. Der aaya, durust aaya. Can we use the same vision board which we made this year? If 90% of it hasn't been achieved or 70% of it hasn't been achieved and you're literally going to remake the same thing, you can. Like for me, my 2021 vision board turned into my 2022 vision board because 2021 COVID just took over and literally there was nothing of it that got fulfilled. So I just changed a few numbers here and there and shared the vision board between 2021 and 2022. So yes, it's possible if it is mostly empty. Again, it all depends on what happened in the world, what happened in your life. Yeah. Amita, yesterday you mentioned about finalizing on the big, audacious, hairy goal, and the next step is doing affirmations and visualization. Question: do we have to do affirmation for the biggest goal or for all 10? All 10. Okay, your biggest goal is more like your North Star. Remember, in life we are always making choices. So whatever choice serves your biggest goal, when you are confused at that point, choose the one that is towards your biggest goal. So your North Star becomes your guiding compass in life. But I want you to do affirmation and visualization around all 10. So I want you to literally read, I am excited about becoming 60 kilos and wearing a beautiful black sari on my 35th birthday. Let's say that's your, so then you visualize it. You close your eyes, you visualize yourself in that gorgeous black sari, all your friends giving you a lot of compliments, you being 60 kilos or 40 kilos or 50 kilos, depending on whatever weight you want to touch. I, of course, have been announcing my 60 kilos to everybody. So now everybody knows Puja wants to become 60 kilos. Then I'll go to the next one. So this I'll take about 30 to 40 seconds of creating a movie in my mind's eye, and then I'll move to the next thing. So let's say I want to renovate my house, so then I will just, I'm enjoying living in my beachy looking, plant filled, green wallpaper, amazing, beautiful house. And then I'll visualize that whole scenery of my house, turning into this beautiful cabana in Dubai, in Hawaii, and all of that, and whatever it is that I want to visualize, whatever I want my house to look like, just walk around feeling each part of my house. How does it smell? How does it look? Use all of your five senses when you're making the movie, because the more our mind cannot differentiate between what we imagine versus what is happening to us in real, and as we keep imagining, what we do is we actually start to bring our future into our current. Okay, so yes, for all 10, it shouldn't take you more than 10 to 15 minutes to do this entire activity, but it is so powerful because it helps you connect with your belief. When the first day you do that, maybe you will be like, I wish. By second day when you do it, you'll be like, ye kaise hoega yaar. By the third day, by the fourth day, by the end of the week, by the end of the month, you'll start to see a shift. It will start to feel like, yaar, ye to ho sakta hai, ye to possible hai. And then when you move into that energy, it is just simply fabulous. Gauri, Saubana Puja ma'am, yes's vision board session was mind-blowing. Will you start the 21-day challenge for this year, ma'am? Gauri, well, you're putting a seed in my mind, so let me see if I can actually run a 21-day challenge from Jan 1st to Jan 21st. So let me see. Thank you for putting the idea in my mind. I wasn't planning to, but now I may. And if I do, Gauri, I'll give you the credit. Okay, darling? Fortunate Purnima. Puja, please help me. I have lost the desire to live, and I feel suddenly to give up on my life as my hope is lost over the years. Fortunate Purnima, for me, I honestly believe that every single person goes through different phases in their life, and one of the phases we land up hitting every now and then is of, why am I alive? Why am I here? What is there to live? And what am I here to achieve? And you can just start to feel very, melancholy in your life because there's nothing that is seeming exciting enough. But somehow we start to think as if something from outside needs to come to build excitement back. For us to not value our life is to not value the creator who created us. My suggestion to you would be, start to have deeper conversations with your creator and ask him, for what were you produced? Why are you here? What is he wants you to do? And start to follow that intuition. I love to live life like a game. What does he want me to do now? Where is he going to take me now? What's going to be the new opportunity? If you start to get excited about the little and the small things of life, sometimes we start to wait for the big things. The real truth is, big things happen once in a year, while it's the little things where all the miracle and magic lives. So if you can start to live your life back with wonderment, and you can start to infuse the joy back. So many times, because I'm running like a robot in my life, sometimes I forget to enjoy those little moments, and then later on I look back and say, that was such a big achievement, I didn't even bother to acknowledge it, and I moved on to the next achievement. Learning to bring joy is by itself an intelligence, a faculty that we have to practice. And I feel like because in school, because in colleges, we are not taught about joy and happiness, it is so easy to lose it over the years because it's not a priority, while to me it should be the number one priority. So all I'm going to say to you, Purnima, is I want you to sit down and start to ask yourself, if I had to bring back joy in my life, if I was responsible for my own happiness and joy, what would be the things I would like to do? Go do them. Even if you don't experience any joy for some time, start to do them. Little by little, that thing that has shut down within you will start to open, and a day will come where you will catch yourself laughing out loud and wondering, where did this laughter come from? How did it come back? I had lost it. When did it come back? And Purnima, if you can come for Awakening the following weekend, right now we've actually shut Awakening because we are jam-packed. Yesterday the sign-ups were so many that we don't even know how to take in all the sign-ups. But for you, Purnima, I can see where you are in your life. I can definitely help you, darling. So only for you alone, In case you write to us, I will get the link opened for you. Having said that, guys, please don't start asking us for the link. For this awakening, we are completely sold out. We don't have a single seat left. God bless you, Purnima. Amita, can you heal toxic people being toxic in-laws using Ho'oponopono? Yes, you can. You absolutely can. But don't get attached to their recovery. Just get attached to what will happen to your energy in the process of you doing this for them. Okay? So that's where I want you to keep your focus. Just keep doing it with this intention that when your energy will change, their energy towards you will change. So keep doing Ho'oponopono on them. I can create my vision board in a book. You absolutely can. I actually have this beautiful book I picked up from London this time. My son actually bought it for me. It was so sweet of him. And it's really beautiful. It's leather bound and that good wala paper and all of that. And I plan to actually sit down and do all of the work in the book and then stick pictures on a board, but have this book as reference. So every day I'm going to open the book, read through those 15 pages, then look at my vision board, do my morning routine and this thing. So if you enjoyed the first 7 steps that I gave yesterday, 8th step onwards only it turns into photos. Till the first 7 steps, if you noticed, it was all reflection. So I'd love for you to create a beautiful book called reflection and then use reflection and vision board together to get the best out of your vision board. Lax learn. I gained so much weight, not getting enough motivation to start exercising due to knee pain issue as well. Kindly suggest how to start. Start with knee pain exercises instead of starting with weight losing. Instead of starting with, losing weight exercises, I want you to start with knee pain. Recently I was going through something in my health and I had stopped exercising. And I was telling the doctor, I'm not exercising. And he said, sweetheart, you're not well enough to exercise. If you were fine, you would be exercising. First, get your health on track before you decide to lose weight. Lose weight is the luxury of the healthy people. Lose weight is not the luxury of a sick person. The sick person's job is to first get healthy. So you get from sick to healthy, healthy to weight loss. If at any point health becomes compromised, forget weight loss and focus on health. Make sense? I feel like we haven't got this order right. Okay, so make sure you learn to get this order right. I've totally put weight loss on the back burner. I'm only concentrating on my health this month, which means 0 anda exercise in my life right now. And I'm totally comfortable with it. You know what exercises I'm doing? I'm doing breathing exercises. Thank God they call it exercises, because at least I can say I'm exercising. What am I exercising? My nose. Vandana Jain, I want to see my son successful. How to make this into my vision board? Vandana, bless your children. Try avoiding creating their destinies for them. As parents, it's not our job to save our children from the problems or challenges of their life. Rather, their problems and challenges of their life is what will make them who they become. If you look back at your life, you will see your maximum growth has happened because of the problems and challenges that came. But a lot of us parents, when we see our children in problems or challenges, we try to overprotect them. My suggestion would be, if you really want to see your son successful, see if you can start to just send him blessings. That God, whatever happens, may he be able to cope. Okay? Now, when he is successful, how will he be with you? That's what you can put in the vision board. Okay? So you can put pictures of him taking you on a holiday. You can put pictures of you and him driving in his new car. You can put pictures of, but still keep all of the energy on you. Don't shift it on to him. Okay? We can only bless the people we love. We can't create their destinies for them. Their own vibration creates their own destiny. So when my children don't listen to me, my simple answer is, what I can't teach you, God will teach you, and may you learn then. and that's totally okay. We are so fearful of challenges, problems, and obstacles. I feel like we really need to start to go, if you are alive and breathing, and if you want to achieve anything in your life, that's going to be a part of, why I was talking to my dad for the last 1 hour, because there was a challenge in my life, a good challenge, and I always divide my challenges as good and bad. Bad challenges are the one God throws at us when we make our life too easy. Good challenges are the ones that we create in our life and then God makes life easy for us. So either you can decide to go to the gym and have growth pains from the gym, or you can decide to not exercise and go to the hospital and get a bill and then work on your health, right? One is where when we make our life easy, God makes it hard. When we make our life hard, God actually makes it easy. So I was discussing a good challenge with my dad because of the choices I was making. There was a particular challenge that had shown up, and I can tell you, I think it's so beautiful when parents allow you to have those challenges and ask you to work through them rather than to overprotect you. And I'm really blessed with parents who never overprotect me. They always challenge me even further. And then of course I can do whatever I want to. So if you're discussing your son with me here, God bless him. As a full room, I want everyone to send your son blessings. To our children, just pray. Create such a beautiful relationship with the divine, where you know that your kids are protected by the divine. It's not going to be your responsibility. They will live their best life, and whatever that means, leave it to him. He knows best. Allow him, give him the permission to create the most beautiful life for your children. And in that life, I read one of my teachers, I don't know who it was, or was it just a quotation on Instagram, which said, allow your children to do dangerous things in a careful environment. I just loved this sentence. We are overprotective of our children in an overprotective environment. I think we need to really loosen up. Now, I have no idea why all of this came out of my mouth, Vandana, because your question was around successful son on vision board, which was a 1-minute answer. But I tend to make it about parenting. Clearly, someone in this room needed to receive it. So if you are someone who needed to receive this message, put it was me, so that I know that who it came out to be for. Divya Ammu, ma'am, my parents want me to do what they are telling me, and they didn't worry about my wish, what to do, ma'am. A lot of time I told them. Till the time we don't have the courage to stand up for our dreams, people around us will keep on making us an agenda of their dreams. So either have the courage to stand up for yourself and start to work on that path, and someday they will be your biggest cheerleaders, most proud of you, or walk their path, remain frustrated till you hit rock bottom, where you become sick and tired of being sick and tired, where enough is enough moment will come and you'll be like no longer. And from there, I was watching Michael Bernard Beckwith yesterday, and he said something really beautiful. He said, why are we waiting to hit that rock bottom? Why don't, once we know that life is not on the right route, why don't we change it? But unfortunately, the thing about human beings is that we actually wait to hit rock bottom sometimes to really change it, because that's the amount of courage it takes to change our life. So we have to sometimes have nothing further to lose for us to wake up to the signal of life. But the faster you understand that, the faster you can start to lead your life through your dreams and desires, the better. Neha, while affirming we should not be practical or realistic, I want to earn in crores to fulfill all other dreams, but I don't know how to expand my business. One of the things I had heard someone say was, think big, but learn to start small. I'm going to repeat that. Think big, but learn to start small. Sometimes when we are thinking big, we stop celebrating the small accomplishments that we are having on our route to think big. If we do that, what we do is we actually devoid ourselves of all joy on the journey, and all of our concentration becomes on the destination. So while, yes, doing your affirmations, I don't want you to be practical or realistic, but I want you to be a stretch. So let's say your realistic number right now is that you're earning 5 lakhs a month. And let's say your impractical big dream is 5 crores. Between 5 lakhs and 5 crores, there's a huge gap that can be celebrated. You can celebrate when you double at 10 lakhs. You can celebrate when you double that at 20 lakhs. You can celebrate the 20 by 40. So can you see how many celebrations are there? Every time you double yourself, it's a celebration, correct? So either what you can do is reduce the timeline of your affirmation and just go till doubling, okay? If you are doubling within 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, okay, I would say triple yourself in a year if that's your possibility. But you know what, anything beyond that, and I don't mind you having that as your vision for your 100th birthday, for your 50th birthday, for a faraway vision. But currently you must celebrate all the mini milestones that come on the way. A lot of times in dreaming big, we forget to acknowledge the small steps. So I would love for you to go back and look at what's the realistic. If you had to set a realistic goal, where would that be? If you had to set an impossible, high achieving, big dream goal, where will that be? And now stretch this rubber band a little bit towards that. So increase it a little bit more, but don't take it till there, because otherwise you'll forget to celebrate this whole entire journey in between. Maximum, I would say, stretch yourself to a double, and after that there must be a celebration. For example, one of the mistakes I made on my vision board last year was I put straight 11 kgs loss. So when I lost the 5 kgs, I'm thinking, but I still have 5 kgs more to go. I still have 5 kgs more to go. I wish I had done it 5 kg at a time. 5 kgs is a lot of weight, but because sometimes you'll hear people losing 20 kilos and 30 kilos, you don't realize that those last 5 kilos are actually the hardest, you know. And so see how you can reduce your celebration milestones and start to create your affirmations around your next celebration milestone while having your destination as whatever you want to have. So the destination is that, but you will celebrate. People reach Mount Everest base camp and they celebrate. Then they reach dash point and they celebrate, because they know that till the end of the climb, if they only keep the top as the only view, sometimes you can start to get demotivated because there's still such a long journey to go. Okay? Nils Kuthari, I can make my vision board in a book, and gratitude and desire we have to do right daily. We have to do daily. Yes, absolutely. Super Sneha. Lovely Yashpur. For all of you who are asking, you can make vision board in a book, vision board digitally, vision board on a board, and any other form. I'm going to go right to the bottom because I feel like most of these questions have gotten answered. How to attract the right partner? What kind of photo should I put on the vision board for it? I would love for you to put a photo of someone's back. I don't need you to give him a face yet. Okay, and then put all his qualities. So put the picture of someone, maybe his back facing something, or maybe you both together, maybe a couple's photo, and then just put all those qualities that you want him to have and all those qualities that you are going to bring to the table. Okay, every relationship is better when we come in to give rather than to receive. So the whole concept is like a, what do you call it, oxymoron, where it's all about the more you bring to the table, the better the man you will attract. So start becoming that person that you want to attract. The more you can live in that energy, in that fabulous energy, whatever you are imagining him to be that. So that your energy matches at some point and you're able to attract him. Okay? So on that board, I want you to have lots of words. What are those words? What would you like him to be? All his qualities and all the qualities that you feel a man like that will want in his girl. Ma'am, how to detach oneself from our goals and people? Mere Nisha, whenever you start to believe that what you want is this only, like, you know, sometimes I'll be working with someone and let's say they have a crush on someone. I want to marry him only. I say, what if God is willing to give you better? I don't want better. I want him only. That's called attachment. When you start to say this or something better, then you're not attached. Then you are open, you are free. So the best way to ask yourself is, what if instead of my children going to American school, they land up going to some other wonderful school, yeah, or some other wonderful place, or I wanted both my children to be in central London, but if God would have wanted it any other way, I would have been okay with that also, because what I know for sure is either it's going to happen my way or it's going to happen God's way. And how can God know lesser than me? He's definitely smarter, better, stronger. So if he's guiding something, then he must be knowing what he's doing. And when we start to have that kind of faith, which I believe in my tribe is becoming very, very strong. Whenever I look at my tribe, one of the things I'm noticing is their ability to handle bad news or disappointments is so amazing that they know exactly what they have to do in their mindset to be able to turn it around. And I want you to also learn that, Amitabh Bachchan's father told him this, that, जब खुद का, it's a beautiful Hindi dialogue, just Google what did Amitabh Bachchan's father say. I don't know the exact words, but they are so beautiful that I want to learn them up verbatim so that I'm able to say it word by word. But he said something like this, कि अगर खुद का हो तो बहुत अच्छा, अगर भगवान का दिया और भी अच्छा. So that kind of a concept, if you can get in your heart, then you won't feel attached. Okay? Always know that everything that's happening in your life is happening for the best. Whether it was designed by you or designed by him, either which ways, it's happening for the best. And when we start to set this intention and we start to truly in our heart believe it, even when things go wrong, they go right. Even when things go wrong, they go right. There was a time in my life where we had this amazing publication that was going to sponsor one of our events, and last minute they backed out, and I was like devastated on that day. How am I going to deal with it? And the very next day we found a sponsor who was willing to give us almost 20% more than our original sponsor. And at that point, the previous day I had no idea how I'm going to deal with that situation. But when that happened, I realized that I had not given up on the energy of hope, and that hope brought this person into our life. And I think that for all of us here, if we just don't lose hope when things go wrong, then you know what happens? That hope carries us to a better place. Now, once you know this, ability to stay detached becomes very easy, because our expectations is this or something better, and we are always setting the intention that, you know what, if this doesn't happen, something better is going to happen, and that something better, when we are open to, actually turns out to be something better. When we get disappointed, we lose our energy, we lose our vibration, miracles can't happen. But when we keep ourselves in miracle zone, even when life is going wrong, suddenly, you know what happens? Our life fixes itself into the miracle zone. Michelle Obama said this most beautifully. She said, when they go low, I go high. You can use this on people, you can use this on events. Rajita, so sweet. My vision is one day I'm going to meet you personally. The day I meet you, I'm going to be so happy, accomplished and abundant. Lekha Hari, something is shifting. I attended Vision Board yesterday and caught you live today, as I always land up meeting you up until now. So cute. It was an awesome session. Oh, I'm so glad. Yesterday you mentioned to do affirmation and visualization. Should we do it daily? Okay, this looks like everyone's question. I should have cleared this yesterday. Yes, all 10 goals you have to do affirmation and visualization for, not only your BHAG. Your BHAG is just your compass. It is all about creating muscle memory too. Absolutely, Upasna. Canva is great. If Canva can help you make vision board, just make it there. Pranita, hi Puja, how do we build relation with someone close when he doesn't allow us to communicate but loves me and his intentions are good enough except a few things which are negligible? Pranita, if they are negligible, focus on yourself and start to actually neglect them. And if they are not negligible, they have to be attended to, then make it a point that you communicate that. When you say that someone is not allowing me to communicate but he loves me, that in itself is a contradiction for me. Because if he loves you, then he has to allow you to communicate. Okay? So you have to start to ask him how, intentions are good. Like, I know that there are some things that I'm willing to let go. Puneet's not great with words, but he's beautiful with actions. I can spend the rest of my life saying, why aren't you good with words? Why aren't you good with words? Or I can just start to go, you know what, if that's not something he has, let me focus on what he does have, because there's so much to like about him, and I'm always focusing on what is not the what is the missing portion. Missing portion is 5%, amazing portion is 95. A lot of us tend to focus on that 5. So if it is negligible, I want you to build yourself up to that place where you're able to say, you know what, I can totally not have that in my life and still be happy. If you can reach that point, great. And if you can't reach that point, there are some things that I'm not willing to tolerate, compromise, adjust to. I need that in my relationship because that's a need of mine. And if my needs are not going to be met, I'm going to be left unfulfilled. Then I must communicate that. So today, if you can make a list, sweetheart Pranita, of all the things that you're feeling like these are nice to have, these are non-negotiables. Non-negotiables need further conversation. These I'll manage. Harleen, Puja, regarding keeping the vision board away or in the cupboard, out of sight, out of mind, doesn't happen when trying to avoid unwanted comments. If you're trying to avoid unwanted comments, you can keep it somewhere, but you can personally visit it every day. So if you keep it, let's say, right in front of your cupboard, and every single time when you open your cupboard, the first thing you see is your vision board. To even access the clothes, you have to lift the vision board, put it on top, access your clothes, put it back down, and then close your cupboard. Then your vision board is always visible to you, but not to anyone else, right? Now this whole out of sight, out of mind, till the time you are learning to manifest, you need to have your vision board in front. The day you turn into what I spoke about yesterday, channel, you don't then need to have. Oprah Winfrey says now she doesn't even need to create a vision board, because any vision she has in her mind, she knows how to keep it in her mind. It doesn't go out of sight, out of mind. So therefore, she doesn't need a vision board. Once she's decided something, she goes into execution. And that's what will happen to you once you become a channel. I create my vision board and then I don't even bother connecting with it, because once I've made it, I pretty much now know what I want in my life, and at a subconscious level, I'm operating, keeping those as my highest goals or values or systems or desires or dreams or whatever you want to call them, right? So I want you to start to go that if you feel like when you put it out of sight, out of mind, you lose connection with it, then I need you to have a ritual to connect with it daily. If you feel like, you know what, it's already important to me, now I've made it on the vision board. Oh wow, it's already 11. I didn't even realize. Today I've not even read. Oh God, I've lost track of time. So for all of you here, if you are still at manifesting stage, learning how to manifest, I need your vision board to be visible to you at least once a day. If you have started to reach a level of channel, which is where you think of it and things have started to happen, coming true, miracles, then even if you access your vision board once a week or once a month, that's more than enough, okay? So it depends on what level you are at. Okay, on that note, I'm going to go right to the bottom. Today was dedicated to vision board because it was a continuation. Yesterday, so many of you were asking so many questions. Thank you for all of you saying me, 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 me. So now you know who that particular parenting answer was. Oh, so fabulous. Please give summary of the vision board for all of you who missed. Please do not miss my sessions from next time. Couldn't enroll for GBDA last year as I wasn't earning, but so grateful that this year I could pay for it and got that. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Oh my God, where are the abundance cards? I don't know where I left them. I think they're in my room. Okay, for today we are already running late, so I'm going to quickly just read out the winners. If you haven't taken my picture, quickly take the picture, put your biggest takeaways for today, and then I'm going to read out the winners and then we'll close, okay? Thank you everybody for coming. And those of you who don't know the drill, take a picture, put it on your story, put your biggest takeaway, tag me to become a winner of coming for my Zoom intimate date with Puja, as we call it, yeah? Where is it? Let me quickly open. All right, so we had participants of the week. This week, all of you who put your story with your takeaway was Aditi, Life of Being Neglected, Devika Wins, Designer Priyanka, Lakshmi, Image by Design Consultancy, Spin Wheel with Itisha, Life Asha _ Sony, Sparkling _ Souls _ Heels, Jagannath Raghunathan, Vivek Vasanta, Gauri 1811, Divya Vijay Life Coach, Stuti Vaid, Sharanya, Ruchi Chauhan 81, Anita Gupta Official, Nisa QR, Mona Mika's Bakes, Srimukh 2007, Sakina Sheikh, Anshu KVM, Neha Karan 86, Shamanjeet, Soulful Amanpreet, Dr. Aman Patiala, Coach Kakali, Tulsi Mala 18, Madhu Flair, Innovative Tarot Trupti, Gargi Arya, Deval Butti. And winners of the week this week are Storyteller 050922, Sai Suvita 03, and Deepika Eva _ Khattar. Massive congratulations to the 3 winners. Please expect my book, Unlocking the Golden Cage, to be on its way to you the minute we get your address. And to all of you who participate week after week after week, thank you so much. You know, I feel so connected when I'm reading these names. It feels like family. So for each of you who do it week after week after week, so happy to have you. For all of you who've done it for the first time, so happy to have you. This is one of the best ways for you to connect with me and for me to get to know your name, okay? So make sure that you keep on posting my picture. Quickly take. Yeah? Posting my picture, tag me as well as put your one takeaway and then we'll share it. Awesome! New Year is coming to all of you here. My suggestion, normally what we do is we make December super easy and make January very hard. When you make 1 month super easy, January, no matter how hard you make it, you just don't have the muscle to carry a month like January on your shoulders when you've had too much fun in December. My suggestion, start building small but good habits in December itself. Wake up a little earlier every day. Start drinking your water. Go for a 20-minute walk. Whatever your big goals for January are, reduce it by half and do them now. Let's say you want to do 1 hour walking, do 20 minutes now. Let's say you want to start to look after your skin, just start to put moisturizer and SPF for now. Start to do the smallest denominator of that action that you want to eventually do in 2023. At least what you'll do is you'll start to set base for January. I hate going into, hate is too strong a word, but I dislike going into January unprepared. I feel January has the energy of really going with the tide. We can use the flow to make new habits, to make a new life, to create our destinies, to design something so beautiful in our future. You want to do that, you want to start in December. Set and prep your canvas ready. And one of the things you've all landed up doing through the vision board is exactly that. So I'm going to highly recommend that get your vision board ready, get your morning routine intact. And for all of you who are coming for Awakening next week, leave it to me. I will make sure that you have the right mindset for entering 2023. Okay? Thank you everybody for coming. Love you. Bye. Ciao.